Hello, welcome. It is me, Danielle Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Welcome to this week's video. If you are new here, welcome. If you're old, listen, this is what we have. We have Aquarius season, which is going to happen January 19th. I am filming this live January 13th. And if you're listening to this via podcast, welcome to this episode. In this episode, I'm going to dive into the fresh vibes of Aquarius season and explore what that means for us, you, the collective. I'll break down the horoscopes as well for each zodiac sign. I have tarot. I'm going to also discuss the weekly transits. So, what's the vibe in the sky for the week? And let's decode what the stars have in store for you within this season. Okay, the Aquarius season, as that is. Now, here are the dates that I have for this week. January 13th, we have a full moon in Cancer. Sun in Capricorn trines Uranus retrograding in Taurus. I have actually did a video of the Cancer full moon. Please go ahead and check that out. That was the previous live video. Actually, wasn't the previous live video. I discussed the LA fires. That was the previous. And then before that was the Cancer full moon, but it's in there. If you want, I also did a newsletter on the Cancer full moon. If you want that, that's free. Just join my newsletter. The link is down below. And then I have January 14th, Venus is going to square Jupiter. On the 15th, which is my son's birthday, Martin Luther King's birthday as well, we have the sun opposing Mars. On the 18th of January, Venus conjunct Saturn. And on the 19th is when the sun enters Aquarius. So very interesting week this week. And I am going to break it down for us, the collective, and you personally, hopefully, as personal as I can get, being that I don't have your birth time. Okay. Now, I do want to say on the 20th, we do have the inauguration. If I have time, I'll discuss that in this video, or I'll do a whole nother video on it. And it'll probably be a short. That is January 20th. Also, side note, in America's chart, Mars is retrograding. It would directly, America's, USA's chart, it would directly be sitting on a Mercury in Cancer. And that looks like that will happen on the 19th. And just quickly, let me just say that's emotional communication, tensions. America's chart, Mars will be sitting on Mercury. Okay, and I think that is on the 19th because I have that for my side note. So when we break down that for us, and if you are living in America or if you're watching from another country, that might be some emotional communication tensions in domestic affair, national security reassessment. Okay, it is in the sign Cancer. Mars is retrograding in the sign Cancer. I have so many videos on this, so many predictions, and I predicted this, what we have in California as well. But it's, a collective energy too. And I've even discussed how it can affect you personally. But maybe there's something highlighting the past. Now, before we get into the actual video, I would like you to do your due diligence as a viewer. Subscribe, like, share. I know you hear it and it goes in one ear out the other, but please, I have a small community. I am good at what I do. I enjoy what I do. I love doing astrology, and I would love to do it for free for you, but the only way that I can provide it for free is if I get sponsors. And that comes with viewership, that comes with engagement. So if you just drop a heart or an Aquarius symbol down at the bottom, you can even just put your zodiac sign down at the bottom for a comment. That helps me. If you do have some positive, well, not constructive criticism, that also helps me because I do listen. Okay. Now, I also have an ebook for you guys. I have an ebook. It is for $9.99, and it is on my website. The ebook will, if you cannot afford a reading from me, because I do one-on-one readings, astrology readings, the ebook will teach you how to do to look at your chart and read your chart for yourself. So I have that available. And also, I have a community page, which is $4.99 a month. I go in deep on astrology. I'm a little bit more real. We do have this YouTube wall here that I, not just YouTube, X, whatever, all of the platforms, there is a boundary on conversation, okay, which is very Pluto and Aquarius, okay, controlling the narrative, controlling the story, controlling communication. Anyway, so I did a deep dive, not much of a deep dive, but I broke down Karen Bass's chart. I am on their next. I am born and raised in LA. I know more than a few people who lost their homes. So I broke down Karen Bass's chart. We'll be breaking down Gavin Newsom. I think I talked about Gavin Newsom, though. I wonder if I did, because he's a strong political figure. It is what it is. But I even discuss him more as we get into not Gavin Newsom, but when we get into this week, Karen Bass, because now I know Karen Bass's chart, so we can discuss her. Okay. But yeah, I broke down her chart and discussed it in my community page, so they have that information. I'm going to take a sip of tea because I do have a slight cold, which is also something I figured will happen because I am a Cancer sun. Mars is retrograding the sign Cancer. Lack of energy, lack of drive is definitely what I'm feeling. Okay. Now, I do want to talk about today. We do have the full moon, which I've discussed. I went over the Sabian symbols and all that stuff. And whenever you have a full moon, I will just briefly say you're talking about emotionally charged energy, and themes are dealing with the home, your family, your emotional security. People are going to be very emotional anytime there is a full moon in a water sign, especially Cancer. Cancer rules the moon and it's in its home sign, and that's double the whammy of energy. Okay, so it could be bringing some hidden emotions to the surface. Just expect some heightened sensitivity because that's what Cancer represents, or a strong focus on homes, a strong focus on mom, a strong focus on protective loyalty, family, lineage, in the past. Okay, but you want to let go what no longer aligns with you. Also, that Cancer full moon might have you being aware of what you are clinging on to, because that's what a Cancer crab would do. And a crab has its home on its back, so you have that energy with this full moon. Let's see how this plays out with Karen Bass and LA, and also Gavin Newsom, okay? Because LA, everyone has this bright shining light on LA currently. Sun is also trining Uranus. I do want you to understand that this full moon does have some positive energy. Where is my Uranus on here? Here. The sun does have, while it's in a full moon, it does have a positive energy with Uranus. Uranus is all about innovation. It's about the future. It's about communication. It's also about our resources and what we value, because it's in a sign Taurus. So you maybe your career, your finances, your personal goals, you, if you value yourself as well, your body. Yeah, but there could be some forward thinking, very adaptable energy, very fast. There's a lot of communication, socializing involving with this, some unexpected solutions. Also could be involving this full moon. Emotional healing and release, groundbreaking ideas and tangible progression, balance between emotional needs and practical innovation. Also, the full moon is conjunct this Mars retrograding too. So there is a lot of tension. There is a lot of aggressiveness, or maybe passive aggressive energy. The more I speak, the more the throat is agitated. Yeah, so we do have that. It's very interesting how this is very positive, yet this could be somewhat negative, or there's an opposition between the ego and the drive, or your ego and your emotions, or your drive versus your emotion. Yeah, it's today. The moon moves fast, but the moon is ruling this Mars retrograding, which is in the sign Cancer. So we do have that. Okay. Oh, something has been canceled. Being in LA is a very, very strange time. I do want you guys to know, living in LA currently right now, things that you have scheduled will all of a sudden change. And this is the full moon, and now it's like adaptability. Interesting, but this might work out for the best. As I sit here, I see that schedules are changing. If you have clients, if you have a business, you see that you have to be very adaptable when it comes to LA, and how you're experiencing that too. My thing is doing some weird things. Hold up, wait a minute. I'm trying to see, how do I take this thing off? Okay, whatever. It's not working. Okay. Anyway, oh, so annoying. It's not clicking. Here we go. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Moving on. And that Uranus would represent technology, but I see I have a tool here. Maybe that's something I need to learn how to use. Okay, so now we are going to go to January 14th. January 14th, we have Venus in the sign of Pisces, and is it squaring Jupiter? It's squaring Jupiter. Jupiter's retrograding. It is in the sign Gemini. Ignore the houses, because we're just talking about a collective energy, and collectively we will be See, the anytime you have Jupiter and Venus together, it may not be negative, just so you know. And when you have a square aspect, that tends to be negative. So this may not be as negative as we think, but if we're going on a negative side, there could be love and compassion overly communicated, like it's like total love bombing, because you have that Gemini energy is about communication. Yeah, creativity. Is not really being communicated. So, like if you are someone who's a writer, a creative writer, there could be a block there, a challenge there. Venus also represents finances and what you naturally attract far as money. So, money, there could be some deception there because it's inner sign Pisces, or something secret or something hidden, and it is involving a trade because Gemini is also in charge of trade, secret parties, relationships, and everyone knows. I have in my notes there. So Venus is the party of socializing. Pisces is secrets. Okay. Now you have it squaring Jupiter, and Jupiter is going to just say, oh, you know what? They're having a Humpty Duty party. Okay. Keywords for something else. And it's very inappropriate. And yeah, just want you to know so much that I am going to put it on social media. That could be happening. Okay. Oops. But you can have some over the top emotions, scattered desires, miscommunication in relationships, because that Venus represents relationships, indulgence, that's what Venus represents, and escapism. Indulgence, over the top of indulgence in anything you can escape in or anything you're addicted to. So binge watching Netflix, being lazy. Venus is a little bit lazy there. And then also adding some addiction to this energy. Creative vision, if channeled right, the dreamy, expansive energy in the square is great for brainstorming, dreaming big, and letting your imagination run wild. Risk of deception, overspending, or poor planning, scattered investments. And scattered is because you have that Gemini aspect. Gemini is like, I can do this, I can do this. It's like not really focusing. It likes to put its hands in all of things and multitasking. Over promising financial resources, and also in that sign Gemini. I mean, not in that planet Jupiter. Okay, but just set some realistic expectations. Have some clear communications. Check yourself before overindulging in anything, and channel some creative productivity. Now on January 15th, which is my son's birthday, he turns 19. Happy birthday, son. The sun in Capricorn is opposing, here we go, that moon, that not that moon, but Mars retrograding in Cancer. So okay, so I have here in my notes, Karen Bass's sun is in her 6th house of work, and is it her sun? And details, opposing that Mars retrograding in the 12th house of secrets. Actually, let me look at her chart here and see, because I wrote these notes the other day, and okay, so the sun, okay, so it's not her sun. Okay, so the sun is opposing Mars, and Mars is sitting close of Uranus, of communication. This is stuff of secrets, so we may not know. There may be also some endings, some closures here in regarding to her work, just so you know. Doesn't mean that it's going to end that day. It could just be ending the start of that day. Just so you know. But with the collective, we have some power struggles. We have a lack of drive, dreams versus reality, public image not in line with our emotions. Okay. So this is our ego. This is our drive. This is also our drive too. Now this is more emotional, where this is very serious and pessimistic, and it's all about work in the future. And it's about the public image. And now this sun in Capricorn, about that public image, is not really working with your drive, with your emotions, with your security. The government may not be working with LA and them trying to get their homes. That could be happening. Or there could be a leader not really working right with people trying to get their homes. And it doesn't just have to be the homes. It could be where you feel safe, wherever you feel secure. That could be happening too. So the government versus the home, restrictions versus emotions, work versus the home. Also, emotional reactivity meets practical pressure. Internal, and the Cancer is very internal. Capricorn, it's an earth sign, so it's still feminine, but the sun is involved. So there's external conflict here, energy imbalances, family and authority dynamics. It's like there's a seesaw here. which also is the government and home. Okay. This is just me rewording it several times so you can comprehend. You know, when I do these videos and I discuss the predictions, people literally want me to say the word fire instead of frustration and not feeling safe and feeling rush. And anyway, so I'm trying to word it as much as I can for you to comprehend um the feeling and yeah, more of the feeling and the energy. That's why it's like the vibe of the sky is really what I'm trying to explain to you. Anyway, how to navigate this energy. You want to balance practicality and your emotions, reassess your goals and your actions. You know, this is a seesaw effect if you didn't know. This is on opposite sides of the energy of the field of the axis, and when you have it opposing, there needs to be a balance. There needs to be a middle ground. So you want to find a balance between your home and work, or maybe see the balance, because some things are out of our control, like the government, but see a balance between the restrictions of the government or what the government has to say, also with you and your home and feeling safe. Okay. Reassess your goals and actions, avoid reactivity, practice self care, resolve old issues. Now, when I say practice self care, and I'm speaking more for people who lost their homes and their cars, don't feel the need to rush. Okay. Mars is retrograding in sign Cancer. While that's retrograding, let it retrograde. When it ends, the retrograde, actually, let me see for you because I don't remember. 17 degrees. So it ends around February. Let me actually get that exact date. It ends February 24th. Okay. Now, when it ends on the 24th, it doesn't mean that it exactly ends. I just want you to be very clear, because you have that post shadow phase retrograde. But I want you to understand that when it ends, then go a little bit forward when, you know, really having a drive and really reacting to things, especially when it comes to action. But that emotional outburst is because that Mars is retrograding in Cancer. So if there's any type of incidents that are happening, take a chill pill, relax. This is a great time to follow what your dreams are saying. If you're dreaming, that full moon in Cancer is going to bring out the dreams. Did you guys have dreams last night? Because it could be revving up if you couldn't sleep. Yeah, but any conflicts that arise, take a step back to release that. The high emotions involved. Okay. Yeah, but practicing self-care. You want to have some emotional grounding. Okay. Do some yoga if possible. I find that that really helps me. Or be around people who are very grounding and practical. Resolve any old issues too, anything from the past. It could be relating to your family, home, and authority. There is going to be this constant energy that's going to keep bumping you in the head until you resolve it. And I understand we are talking about also people who are lost their homes, but we are also talking about people who didn't lose their homes and they probably are going through it. And they're like, why is this house issue keep coming up? Well, it's because of this retrograde. Okay. So that's what we have on that day. In the big picture, this transit highlights the delicate balance between structure and emotion, ambition and vulnerability. While it may feel like a period of friction and resistance, it's also an opportunity to realign your actions, because you are talking about Mars with your inner needs and your drive and the bigger picture, and what the sun is highlighting, and your long-term goals. Find harmony between those two things. Okay. And your professional life. Now, on the 18th of January is when I see the next thing. And we have Venus here again. Venus, you know, all the socializing and the parties. This could be like also to socializing with solitude at home, loving being by yourself. But we have this Pisces, Venus in Pisces, and it's conjunct now Saturn in Pisces. I think it's going to be at 16 degrees. Now, I want to say, because I know Karen Bass's chart, this is in her 8th house. So she may feel lack of support, is not there and burdened by it, or fears it, or she feels like there's not a lot of love. And I do want you to understand that Pisces does represent endings. Pisces represents delulu. Okay. You're in a delusion. Pisces also represents delusions, endings, secrets, what else? It's in the 8th house. So I want to say things that are taboo. So all those things that are very taboo are as a mystery. All that could be happening. But for the collective, we have that the dreams turn into reality. Anytime you have a conjunction, it could be good or bad, or it could be both. But I do know they're strong. Now, Venus is a positive planet. So if you're born at night, this may be working for you, or it may be something that's really strong. Okay. Dreams into reality, accountable for secret relationships, because that Saturn is going to make you accountable. Okay. Detailed art. If you're creative, any type of creativity, this is about quality time, commitment to creativity, or a commitment to oneness, because that Pisces energy is like, we are all one, we are a collective. This is about solid partners too, or solid lovers, or solid people you work with partnerships. This also could be loneliness, because that Saturn sitting with that Pisces may bring the fear and the code and the negativity. So you could also have fear of relationships, doubts of feeling attractive or creative, testing relationships. So again, this could be good or bad, because that's what a conjunction is. It's usually good or bad, but it is strong. Okay. This is going to affect all my mutable signs, right? So if you are a Pisces, if you are a Sagittarius, or if you're a Gemini and a Virgo, most likely this would affect you. Okay. But this is about serious relationships, love with boundaries, financial accountability, creative discipline. You could be healing some old wounds, fear of being vulnerable, ending and commitments, healing through responsibility as well. Okay. um Fear of rejection, financial pressures, because that Saturn makes things become very serious. Okay. Emotional vulnerability has some limits. Okay. So Venus and Pisces wants you to give and receive and love freely, but that Saturn can feel a little bit like a wall. Okay. Very serious pessimistic energy, creating a sense of emotional distance and restriction and limitation, and you may feel unappreciated. Okay. So if you feel a little negative during this time, do not take it personal. It's the vibe in the sky. Okay. Commit to what matters. Embrace emotional maturity, balance compassion and practicality. This is the time to be patient. If you can't be creative, let it go. Do something else. Go for a run, go for a walk. Again, do yoga. Focus on long-term security. Okay. This is this energy is about structure and love and finances and creative pursuits. So all this may be feeling kind of heavy for you at the time. It's an opportunity to build something long lasting and meaningful as well. Okay. Now we have January 19th, and this is the end of the week. And is it on Monday actually? It's Sunday. So this is when the sun will enter Aquarius. Okay. Now usually I do usually I do, this is so annoying that this thing is on here. um Usually I do all the transits for the sun, and I go over what the sun in Aquarius looks like. Because I am under the weather, I did not do that, because I also wanted to do the horoscopes for you guys too. So it was like one or the other, and I felt like you guys really love the horoscopes. I still do weekly transits, so I will discuss the sun, or maybe next week I'll get into the sun and it transits, because I know for a fact I'll feel better next week. But while we have this sun entering 0 degrees, which is a potent degree, meaning that we will really feel Aquarius energy. First, let me tell you what the sun is. Okay. In astrology, the sun is about our core identity. It's about life force. It's about vitality, ego, willpower, creativity, your self-expression, your purpose, your direction. It's about authority, leadership, father, authority figures, joy and pain, joy and play. Joy and pain. Okay. Anyway, but the sun symbolizes that inner child. So you are having fun and success. And also, the sun represents father figures. So you could have like the birth of something and fertility. Okay. Bringing focus on action and clarity to any Aquarius themes. Okay. So all those things that I said in Aquarius and the sun, now it's those with Aquarius. And anytime you have the sun in the air sign and you're talking about Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you are talking about the energy of intellect. You're talking about communication. You're talking about socializing, and you're talking about focus, future focused energy. Okay. So now let me just tell you about what Aquarius represents for us. And actually, I don't need the chart to show. Let me tell you what Aquarius represents. Aquarius is an air sign. Again, all the air signs are about the intellectual. Aquarius is the most intellectual sign too. So this is going to be very interesting about space and science and our future. And when the sun hits Elon Musk, I think he has a Mars in Aquarius in the 8th house. Let's see how much power he has and more energy he has. Now, Aquarius is a fixed sign. So when you're dealing with a fixed sign, you're talking about that it is stuck in its ways, and especially stuck not in a way ways of doing things, but ways of thinking, ways of communicating, ways of socializing, ways stuck on how they see the future. Okay, so a lot of fixed energy with that. That's what that means. Now, the ruling planet is Uranus. Uranus is about, that's the modern ruling planet of Aquarius. So look at the sun in Aquarius, Uranus. Look at, see what Uranus is doing currently. Uranus is retrograding in Taurus. So the themes of repeating of what we value and our resources, money as well, because it represents stocks too, that Taurus energy. And then the Saturn is the traditional ruler of Aquarius. So now the sun has this big energy that's dealing with Saturn, and Saturn is in the sign Pisces. And while Saturn's in the sign Pisces, you're talking about boundaries that you cannot see. You're talking about spiritual energy and being serious about that spiritual energy and being serious about oneness and compassion, or having limits with immigration. Okay. I just can't help myself when I see Saturn in Pisces. Think about immigration and the borders. Yeah, but all that could be coming to light. I need to drink again. Hold on 1 second. I have chicken bone broth cooking slowly for me to drink this after I drink this tea. And every Monday I make bread from scratch. So I have my bread making. I have a bread machine, so it's not like I do the most. So I have those two things. And after this, I am going to enjoy both of them. Some bone broth, yes, in a cup. I drink it like tea. And then also I'm going to have a slice of bread. Okay, anyway, back to what I was saying. Oh, Aquarius is a water barrier. So the water barrier, people think it deals with water. Aquarius is not emotional, so it's nothing dealing with water, but it is basically carrying the knowledge. It represents carrying the knowledge and pouring it out to the world. And there is some emotional aspect where it really cares about the world. So you do have that, but it's about inspiring us to think beyond ourselves, dreaming of a better world, fearlessly embracing who we are, because there is this bold and innovative uniqueness about Aquarius energy. Also, Aquarius is all about the collective and groups and networks and friendships. Aquarius also represents government. And what happens during Aquarius season is that we have the inauguration. So that's very fitting. That's very government. We'll get into that a little bit more. But it's all about individuality and being authentic, innovative progress, humanitarian, community, intellectual curiosity, rebellion, independence, a lot of strikes, a lot of protests is what you have anytime you're dealing with Aquarius. Anytime there's a protest, I'm like looking for Uranus and protesting. I'm looking at Saturn, Uranus, and Aquarius. I'm looking at that in a chart. Also, it's very detached and objectivity. Aquarius has a unique ability to step back and view situations from a rational, objective perspective, while its strength, that is its strength, it sometimes makes it very clear that it's emotionally distant because it's so logical. Technology and science is also what you get with Aquarius, the space, futuristic. Yeah. Let's see what happens during Aquarius season, and let's see if we get some new technology, friendships and networks, breaking traditions, because it doesn't want to do the status quo. It's very visionary, very innovative, intelligent. There's an altruistic kind of energy. It's very original and it's very inclusive. Now, it's also very detached. It's very unpredictable. There's rebellion. There's emotional distancy. There's distance when it comes to emotions, okay? And you can be overly idealistic. Now, let's talk about when the sun enters Aquarius. I know it's probably like, you didn't, what were you talking about all this time? I'm just explaining to you because I'm a teacher at heart. But when you have now the sun entering Aquarius, and remember the sun represents leaders. So we may have some different leaders, some unique leaders, or leaders who are very fixated, are stuck in our way of thinking and communicating. We might be being ourselves and enjoying life pleasures with being truly who we are, or being innovative, or being different. The future and the purpose and the direction of the future is big, and it's a big sunlight on that energy. Embracing individuality, innovative in progress, focus on community, rebellion, and freedom. Let's see if the protests will be even worse. Okay. Future orientated thinking. Okay. Positive energy. Get ready for any type of exciting new ideas and urge of connecting with others and feeling more open to change. Because Aquarius really is very adaptable energy. Even though it's fixated, there is this adaptability because it wants to heal the world and wants to have change and do something different. Now, the challenges is, again, remember, emotions are detached. And while we have the sun in Aquarius, which is so interesting, why we need our emotions. Why do we need our emotions here? Because if you see that sun, while it's in Aquarius, we still have Mars being very emotional. So let's see how this is going to work out for us. Okay. Yeah, but rebellion also could be good or bad. You could be rebelling for power to the people. At the same time, who wants to sit and watch a strike where they live? Okay, because that will be Mars in retrograde in Cancer, and you're not even attached to this protest. Okay, so that could be happening. An urge to resist authority or tradition for its own sake. That could be a very negativity energy. Now, advice for the Sun in Aquarius: connect with like-minded people. Embrace change, balance objectivity with emotions, and think big. This transit is ideal for visionary, the future, your dreams, your hopes and dreams. You did have Capricorn, and it's, Capricorn was all about long-term goals, and we have Mercury in Capricorn. So that's great. Now it's like set the intentions for long-term goals and also think big. Also think very different and out of the box. Okay. Yeah, that's what we have. Oh, inauguration day. Let's talk about that, which is the next day. And what do we have? We have the sun conjunct Pluto. Now, okay, we're going to talk about this on several levels. Let me sip my tea. Actually, yeah, okay. So inauguration. Here we go. Inauguration day. Karen Bass will be impacted by Kristen Crawley since she's an open enemy. Okay, so this is in Karen Bass's seventh house. Okay, and Karen Bass's seventh house is right here. She is a Libra rising. Okay, so this is in her seventh house. When it's in her seventh house, is she a Libra rising? Hold on. Leo rising. Yeah, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Okay, this is in her seventh house, right? So this in her seventh house here is, ooh, I feel like Christian Crawley, she is the chief leader. Is it leader? The chief you know who it is. Okay. The person who's in charge of the fire department. If you guys don't know, if you're not in California, or if you don't know the news, Kristen Crowley is in charge of the police department. A lot of people gave her flack because she is a lesbian, and she did this whole video of like, yes, I want inclusion and diversity. And they were saying that that's all she's focused on. That's why the fire department is not putting out fires. Well, Kristen was like, well, look at here. Okay. I am good at my job. She didn't say nothing about her being gay. She just had the receipts, the emails, and the receipts printed out, and she did several press conferences basically explaining that this is the city's fault, not her firefighters' fault. So, I mean, I told my husband while I was watching that press conference, I was like, I'm watching this movie. Okay. Whatever movie they do on her, I'm watching it. Anyway, but I do have to say that Kristen Crawley, because she publicly went against Karen Bass, that means this is an open enemy. And when you have it being an open enemy, then now we are talking about Karen Bass. Okay. So now we can see what can happen with Karen Bass soon coming up. And with her open enemy, okay, partnerships as well. But I'm going to focus on Kristen Crawley. Now that that's right here in that seventh house, then you are talking about some major power, transformation and power. Maybe Kristen would get fired. Let's see, maybe there'll be a rebirth, or maybe there will be more secrets coming out, and this open enemy will discuss it. Okay, the sun also will be opposing, let me see, the sun will oppose her moon and Pluto in emotions. Why do I have that? The sun will be opposing, I don't see that. Why do I have that in my notes? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm looking over here. The brain, the sickness. Anyway, but Pluto and the sun will be opposing this Pluto and this moon here. Hold on. I need to take another sip. Thumbs up for the fact that I really am lackluster, lack of energy, and I'm still doing this. Anyway, but because I do love what I'm doing. Okay, so these two, well, it's not really opposition here. It's too far, so I'm not going to say that opposition here. But it's really opposing her south node of things that she needs to release. She needs to release trying to be a leader. Okay. But the sun here is going to be not working quite well. There's the opposition, can't see eye to eye, which is something with her as far as being a leader, and she needs to let it go. Now, as far as LA, right? If I change this chart, and I am going to talk about this aspect, not just for LA and California, but the LA, the sun enters the 5th house when it enters Aquarius here. It will be highlighting some secrets too and some mysteries here and regarding a certain group or something from the future. Something also could be dealing with celebrities and love affairs and secrets as well. Because that sun is sitting on top of here and it's a Pluto return. So let's see what highlights this, what new lessons we have starting up for Los Angeles, but there could be something with celebrities and love affairs. Yeah, let's see, in the creativity of LA. But there's something, Pluto likes to, it's the detective of the Zodiac. Okay. Yeah. So now let's talk about Trump real quick, because we are talking about that inauguration. Okay, so now Trump has a change of power here, and this is also dealing with government. And Trump is also a Leo rising, like Karen Bass. A little different though. Karen did have Pluto in there, but she didn't have Mars. Okay, from what I remember. Sorry, I just went to see. Karen had, yeah, she has the moon. Okay, makes her a little bit more feminine and sensitive. In that first house, where Trump is like got some 2 strong planets in that first house. Anyway, but I do want you to understand that his open enemy and JD Vance also represents his 7th house, and it could represent that for Karen Bass. I don't know what partner, maybe Gavin Newsom. Maybe Gavin Newsom will have a restructuring of power for him. I don't know. It's maybe Gavin Newsom is considered Karen Bass's partner, but we shall see. But for as Trump, there's transfer of power in his 7th house, and now the power is also his because there is a transfer of government. But with Trump personally, it's like his JD Vance has some power now. Who's his open enemy? The world. I don't know. I don't think this would be Kamala. Is she considered an open enemy? But the 7th house represents harmony and balance. It also represents aesthetics. I don't care about that when it comes to Trump, but also could represent open enemies, agreements, fairness. So there is a rebirth here and something is highlighted. Maybe there'll be some secrets coming out. And this is literally on January 20th during the inauguration. Yeah, but also too, this is intensity of power. And that could be more for JD Vance. Okay. Now, Venus is conjunct Saturn, and that is in his 8th house this week. And this is also a transformation in leadership, right? Because this is emotional distance as well. Well, the reason why I think transformation of leadership, because you're in the 8th house, this is a transformation house. It is what the same energy as Pluto. Also a rebirth of some sort. So again, starting anew for him. Also, all of a sudden, there's some heavy boundaries when it comes to secrets or things that are very taboo. And he's very serious about it. And you have with this rebirth that there is support here, support with him in government or support with him. This Pisces things makes me things that are hidden. Yeah, but Pisces influences conjunction. It also could be compassion too. Trust issues could be happening here. Emotional and moral considerations could play a strong part in this role decision here. Also a push-pull dynamic between lofty ideas and realities of governance. Financial energy, there could be a change with finances, power and responsibility. I said that, a rebirth with that. Saturn brings a serious tone to Venus, right? So Venus is like loving, it's very harmonious. But Saturn is like, okay, we're going to be very serious. And maybe we're serious with our alliances. Maybe Trump would be more serious, and there's a transformation with his partnerships, allies with America. That could be happening. And thinking about long-term energy, but maybe these are things that we cannot see because it's in Pisces, so maybe it's behind closed doors. Also, Mercury in the sign Capricorn. Where is my Mercury in the sign Capricorn? Is in his 6th house. Before I thought he had some health issues. That's gone. Let me see. Capricorn. There could be a rebirth here, something dealing with health too, because you do have that, and that could be affecting his health, or his work habits and stuff like that. But also we have Mercury in Capricorn. It's quincunx Uranus. in the sign Gemini, that is his Uranus. That it also happens during inauguration. So tensions between his routine and innovation, communication challenges could be happening, some unexpected shifts or some disruptions during a speech could be happening, or radical ideas. Maybe the technology doesn't work while he gives a speech. Rebellious leadership style speech, like it's just like too aggressive or too limiting. Yeah, but he's got this Gemini energy. Jupiter is still hovering above there, so he still has that positive energy. He's born during the day. Jupiter is positive for him. So this is all going to work out for him. He could be restless or overworked. But I think that Jupiter on top of some of these planets and in that 11th house of government is really positive for him. And I think that the speech will be fine. He'll be adaptable. He'll be very wordy. He'll be fast. Yeah. So that is what we have for Trump. Yeah. Now, before I continue, you guys, I want you to listen to a word from my sponsor. Hello there, my beautiful souls. I am Danielle Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Are you ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level? Introducing Danielle's Astro Tarot Elite Club, your exclusive getaway to daily insights, cosmic guidance, and so much more for just $4.99 a month. As a member, you'll receive daily readings designed to align your day with the universe's energy. Start each day with clarity and confidence. Do you need a personal reading, or do you want to have your astrology chart read fully? With being a member, you also can enjoy exclusive discounts on all my offerings just for our elite members only, all for just $4.99 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. Join Danielle's Astro Tarot Elite Club today and elevate your spiritual path. Okay, had to blow my nose. Anyway, okay, so let me go back into what else we have. Oh, I want to talk about this conjunction. Okay, so that's enough for Trump. We will remove Trump, and we're just going to talk about us in the collective. First of all, this conjunction, which I think will be kind of strong. Apologies, you guys. Will be kind of strong. It is at 1 degree. I do want you to understand that's not an intense degree. 0 degrees is intense. Is an intense degree, but we have it at 1 degree, which is an Aries degree. So that's boldness, leadership, it's pioneering, there's strength, there's determination, it's raw potential. Something new, something could be intense in conflict, impulsivity, individuality, selfish, leader, quick. All that you have when you have it at 1 degree. 1 degree is an Aries degree. Hold on 1 second. Apologies, I am like wiping my nose. Okay. Yeah, but it's something of when you have this conjunction, there could be a rebirth of identity. Okay, so let's see if there is a rebirth of someone and they're trying to pursue something. Now it's in Aquarius, so you are talking about individuality and freedom and aligning with a higher purpose. Okay, there could be empowerment with some change, intense. That Pluto does represent intensity. I do want you to know that. So an intense leader, intense self-awareness for yourself. It's a time to ask, who am I? What do I truly stand for? Okay. Revolutionary thinking. Okay. I guess I'm just so tired of the protests. But I do believe in a rebellion. Okay. I stand with Harriet Tubman, like, oh no, we all have to do this. But at the same time, I'm sick and I'm tired of the fires. But that could be happening. Okay. Collective transformation can be happening. Power struggles and authority dynamics also could be happening. And remember, this is the day of the inauguration. Let me see what I have for some predictions. Okay. So technology, there could be some breakthroughs with that. There could be a power shift in leadership. I think that's obvious because we have an inauguration. But there could be some revolutionary energy, some social movements, maybe disruption, and anything that's dealing with traditions. Okay. I think that would make sense with Trump. Let's see what he brings to the table. Focus on climate and environment because Aquarius tries to think about the future and the collective. So sometimes environmental issues are standing there. This could be some cyber security and digital overhauls. I do want to say I've noticed last time Pluto was in Aquarius, because it went into Aquarius and then it dipped out and then went to Capricorn and back into Aquarius. Anyway, but when it was at 0 degrees and it came back, Mark Zuckerberg, okay, he did that podcast and he read this letter and then he said, oh, I forgot what the letter said, but the gist of the letter, okay, I don't have it word for word, but the gist of the letter was like, the government made me block all these things, and he put in a letter. And then now he is on the podcast, and I haven't heard it, and I'm going to listen to the podcast. I got to listen to that one and Mel Gibson. Because I want to break it down astrologically. But in his podcast, he sounds more Republican, and he sounds more like, I believe in, what do they say, like the red pill? He sounds like that energy. But I need to look at Mark Zuckerberg's chart. I don't fear him as much as, and yes, I use the word fear. Fear meaning, because fear may not be the word. I'm not more like eyes watching you with Mark Zuckerberg, and I should, because he has Instagram, he has Facebook. I'm sure he owns a lot of other stuff. I don't care about the metaverse, but he owns those things. But it seems like Elon Musk has more power. So I guess I'm just a little bit more into that one. But I need to look at his chart. But Pluto in Aquarius is about social media across the board. Of course, we have that energy. Oh, when is TikTok supposed to be out? TikTok is supposed to be closed on the 19th, right? Let me look at the 19th. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me look at the 19th. Oh, we have the sun entering Aquarius. Yeah, that might really happen. Okay. I don't have TikTok's chart. If I have time, you guys, which will be tomorrow, I'll put it on a TikTok. And on if you're on YouTube, I'll put it on a reel and do that. Okay. So now let's quickly, and I say quickly, we will be doing the horoscopes. Okay. Okie dokie, pokey tokey. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some tarot cards. Oh, before I do the horoscopes, actually, I'm gonna pull some tarot for the collective, what we have for this week. So for this week, we have two cards here. Okay, we have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about, you guys, you can't really see this deck, huh? That annoys me. Let me get another deck. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get my favorite. Okay. We're gonna get my favorite deck here. If you want to know what I have on a shirt. It's from Line by K. My sweatpants are from Urban Outfitters. My earrings are from Panjam. Oh my gosh! Let me zoom in. Okay, sorry. Yeah, there we go. Let me make sure. It said my mic was unplugged, and it just muted me. Anyway, yeah, okay. So back to what I was saying. Sorry. So we have the Two of Wands for the collective. I got another deck here. You can't see this. This is so annoying. We have the Two of Wands. I'm over here playing with the light. The Two of Wands is all about independence, okay? The Two of Wands is about preparing information to gather, to get ready, to push, to have the drive, to have the passion, to have the creativity, to have the courage, okay? So everyone is in preparation for action, okay? And also we have for us is the Dawn of Swords. The Dawn of Swords is reflection. The Dawn of Swords, I'm not sure if this is the queen in this card, or if it's the not the queen, the pawn, the pawn. You guys, why can't I think? Not the queen. What is the person before the queen? The page. Sorry. I don't think it's the knight. Very feminine energy. So because we're dealing with feminine energy, and because I'm looking at this card, this makes me think of someone who is starting to start the energy of researching, finding the truth, finding logic in things, and not being as emotional. So those things, and that makes sense for Aquarius. Also, that if the page also represents curiosity, and you do have that with Aquarius. So this week we will all start to be very curious, thinking logically. There is reflectivity. There's also the energy of researching too, and starting to do all those things for this week. Okay, so that is what we have for the collective. I'm going to change my tarot cards. If you guys want to know the tarot cards that I was just using, it is the Accurate AF Tarot. Now I'm using the Bohemian, I think it's called Bohemian Secrets Tarot. This is my favorite tarot deck, okay? One of. Yeah, so now I'm going to do the astrology. Let me pull up my banner if I can. Oh, we have a comment. Is this a personal reading or a collective reading? I do collective. If you want a personal question, go ahead and ask it, and I will do that for you live, okay? Now, we are going to do, and I can't see if I have, oh, okay, so that thing I can get rid of. Okay, so now, if you are doing your rising sign, if you're doing your horoscopes, check your rising, your sun, and your moon, okay? And we are going to get started. I'm going to start off with Aries, and we're doing the astrology of the week, and we're doing the tarot of the week. Okay, so Aries, sun is going to be going against the Mars. Okay, sun in Capricorn, you're talking about your career is going to clash with your emotions and your family needs, and you need to balance between the two. Venus is going to be having some energy with Saturn, right? Is it conjunct Saturn? Yeah, it's conjunct Saturn. This is a time to heal and reflect. Spiritually, focus on emotional boundaries and spiritual growth, while the sun will enter Aquarius, is going to enter your 11th house. So that's going to be a focus on the future, hopes and dreams, technology, space, not UFOs, but space and the future, air time too, like flying. Not that you're flying, but someone who flies, like a pilot of some sort. Airplanes, navigation is more like that energy. But yeah, find your tribe and maybe have some innovative ideas. Now, when the sun is conjunct Pluto, it's going to happen also in that 11th house. So a powerful shift in your social circles. And I'm trying to think. When it's in our 11th house, this could be some governmental stuff too. This could be a transformation in friendships and groups are power to that. Or maybe some secrets are highlighted, okay? For you, we have the Pentacles in reverse. We have the King of Pentacles. So you're not saving your money, you guys. You're spending all your money. You're not thinking long-term. Now, Aries, you could be thinking long-term, but the thing is you're not saving money. You're not worried about your health. You need to worry about your health. What about your work ethic? Is that at a decline? You need to care about your work ethic here. Let me see what we have here for you guys. This is Aries. Let me do Aries. There's lack of work ethic here. What is going on? You're spending too much money. Are you spending too much money on home, or did you lose a lot of money? That could be happening, but you're not worried about the tangible things. You're not worried about your physical health. You're not worried about your mental health. You're not thinking about long-term things. You're not thinking about anything tangible. It's off balance. Also, you could be probably stingy with your money. And maybe you need to be more of a giver when it comes to physical things. Maybe you lost physical things and you're not happy that you lost the physical things. Whatever it is, it's a very negative attachment and you need to release it. You need to have more balance so you can be more in the upright because you're in the reverse. This is someone also who is internally holding in a lot of things. And so it comes out physically in your body. You want to release that as well. Okay. That's what I have for you guys this week. I will see you next time. Bye. This thing. How do I take this thing off? I have this ticker here, and I don't know how to. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, so Taurus, let's see what we have for you. Welcome, my Tauruses. The sun is going to be going against Mars in your 9th house and 3rd house. So bigger picture is what the Capricorn is thinking, and competes with the daily communication. And Cancer is slowing some communication down, and slowing down your focus. Venus and Saturn conjunct. You're talking about your friendships. You're talking about group projects. You're talking about feeling heavy, but rewarding and building lasting connections. Now the Sun entering Aquarius is in your 10th house. Now there's a focus of your hopes and dreams in your future when it comes to your career, your reputation, your public image. That's going to stand out for you. There's probably transformation there. Pluto is in a house of career too, so you might be having some power when it comes to your public image. There's a huge transformation happening for you. Okay, and in that conjunction, maybe there's going to bring a light to it, or more power, or maybe you're embracing some bold moves. Okay. Now, Taurus, what we have for you is we have the World in reverse. This usually as a completion and success, but there isn't a completion. You have to keep working. Also, this is someone who's internally having a lot of challenges, and you are taking it in internally, or someone who is not being responsible, someone who's not like culminating or graduating, or someone who's overdoing the internet as well. First of all, the culmination is not happening because you're not putting in the work. You're not thinking long term. You're not paying attention to the details. There is no closure or success because of the same reason. And you just have to put in more work. This is the card that represents Saturn, and Saturn represents challenges, work, responsibility, a heavy burden, and you're releasing that. So you have to focus on that. And if you're talking about the internet, get off the internet. Okay? That's what I have for you. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Geminis, let's see what we have for you. The Sun versus the Moon this week is going to be in your 8th house versus your 2nd house. You're talking about money. Okay, so you have shared resources in the sign Capricorn versus your personal resources in the sign Cancer, and Mars is retrograding in there. So something with your finances, and when it comes to shared resources or taxes or debt you owe or loan or your insurance, it's causing you some stress. So rethink maybe your spending habits. Just rethink, have a balance between what you value, what you feel like you value versus this share debt that you owe. Venus is in a sign Pisces, and so is Saturn. They're conjuncting your 10th house. This is all about your professional life and your work and thinking long term, your reputation. Now there's a serious need there, or maybe serious restriction to some finances there. It's okay. This is a conjunction. Venus will leave, but there's a serious tone there, just so you know. Sun is entering Aquarius in your 9th house. All about thinking outside of the box when it comes to your beliefs, when it comes to higher learning or exploration or traveling, expanding your horizons on that level, and also religion. Sun is also going to conjunct Pluto in that house. Pluto is in there, and it's a major transformation on how you view the world. Or maybe it's bringing more intensity on cultural things or your philosophies or your beliefs, releasing some limiting beliefs and embracing intellectual growth. It does have an intellectual aspect. Are all these, I want to mix the cards. We have that you're not celebrated. Or maybe there's a self-celebration happening there. But usually you're on stage, right? And it's like you're not on stage. Ooh, what was on stage? That 10th house, Venus and Saturn. Okay, so you're not on stage. There's some fear there. There are some limitations there. Let me see what we have for you guys, Gemini. Another card in reverse. You're not communicating. You're not being logical. You're not thinking. You're not being the boss when it comes to sensible matters, far as communication and intellect. Okay, so work on that. Read, research, and speak the truth. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Consus, this is for you. This week we have Sun versus Mars in your 7th house and 1st house. So you're talking about yourself and partnerships. So a clash between the two, and you need to find harmony between them. Venus and Saturn, they're both in the sign Pisces. They're going to conjunct in your 9th house. This is about spirituality. This is about intellectual commitments. 9th house could be about religion. It could be also thinking about some things you cannot quite see, or deception or delusion when it comes to things around the world or higher education. Be aware of that. This is also a mutable sign, so it can change. Sun and Pluto are conjunct. and the sun is entering the 8th house in a sign Aquarius. Okay, so this is transformation and resources and debt you owe and inheritance. Yeah, that's going to come to focus maybe for your future. Be open to change with that. A profound emotional financial shifts. Yeah, this is also about things that are very taboo, and that could be coming out to the light for you. This is house of mystery. Cancers, we have that there's some heartbreak. You're hurting. Your heart is hurting. This could be something from the past, because usually they're just saying cope with that. But your heart is hurting. There is a heartbreak happening for you. Okay. That's what I have for you this week. What can you do for your heartbreak? Well, you are a Cancer. That makes sense. It's all about researching. It's all about speaking the truth, saying positive words to yourself. This is compassion with words, compassion and thoughts. Okay. So work on that. My special Cancers. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Leos, we have the sun and Venus first is in Capricorn, and the sun is in that 6th house, and it's going against your mental health. I mean, it's with mental health, and it's going against, mental health, spirituality, and the self and solitude. And you got to find a balance between that too. Also this week we have Venus and Saturn. They're hugging, they're getting closer together, and they're in that 8th house. 8th house is your house of Pisces. Shared resources, deep emotional bonds require effort. Commit to clarity in relationships. Sun is entering that 7th house of relationships. This could be that the person you're in relationship is more highlighted and more communicative, more intelligent. That could be happening for you, Leos. Pluto's entering there, so also too, you are talking about transformation. I talked about this with Trump, so this also plays for you. Transformation in relationships, or transformation with partnerships, or transformation with harmony. Or intensity there with a relationship of some sort, or your partner could be gaining more power. Okay, let me see what I have for you guys. I have that there's major support. Okay, major support, major love. This is support and love. It's very positive. You want to get that this week. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Virgos, let's see what we have here. Venus and Saturn are going to be conjunct in that 7th house of Pisces. So partnership demands commitment, building long-term trust. There's something with partnerships, seriousness, and it's so cold, or the partner is cold. The partner is not, is pessimistic and negative. Now Venus is touching it, so maybe there'll be more compassion and love there. The sun is entering in Aquarius in your 6th house. This is all about work. This is about being service and charitable of others. Maybe you will be prioritizing giving to others, or thinking of collective, thinking about the community. Pluto is there. It's going to conjunct that sun. So a major shift in work, or maybe it's something in health too. Maybe there's intensity when it comes to your health. Release unhelpful patterns, embrace transformation. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. It's like you were supposed to get a message and you're not getting a message, and you're lacking curiosity when it comes to love, when it comes to companionship. This makes me think of that 7th house. That Saturn might be very negative, and there's a lack of love and a lack of spirituality happening for you. It's moving very slow. Okay, be aware of that. Let me pull another card. There's some clarity coming your way, and it will help with that lack of spiritual energy and the lack of compassion that you have. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Libras, I was doing the astrology and I am tired and sick, okay? What I'm going to do is pull some tarot cards. And because I am so sorry, I am going to put, hold up. Let me, hold on one second. Why is this not working? What was I on? Libras. Cheapers. I'm trying to, it's not working.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to put another commercial. Hold on 1 second.
Hello there, my beautiful souls. I am Danielle Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Are you ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level? Introducing Danielle's Astro Tarot Elite Club, your exclusive getaway to daily insights, cosmic guidance, and so much more for just $4.99 a month. As a member,
Okay, sorry, Libras. I am going to hold on. I'm going to pull tarot for you guys, okay? So we have the Three of Wands for you guys this week, okay? So this week is a major focus on not moving forward. Whatever it is you have planned, do not move forward, okay? Venus and Saturn is in that 6th house of work life. There could be some restrictions there. The sun is entering that 5th house of creativity. But the three of Wands is not moving forward. It's usually you got the world at your fingertips and you need to move forward for whatever research it is, but it's like you still need to research, okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Scorpios, let me see what we have for you. We have the King of Brooms. There's a lot of compassion. You are the leader who's getting motivated. You are the leader who's getting people to get fired up and feeling inspired and creativity. You're the leader, okay? So, yeah, this is someone who's like a preacher and you are preaching. Also, we have the Four of Pentacles. This is a time for you to save money. Hold on to some tangible items. You're not losing sleep. This is usually someone who is losing sleep and they have fear. You're not losing, you don't have the fear. You're not losing sleep. It's very positive for you, Scorpios. This is like you're in your element. You are very intense. You are into deep things. You are into transformation and healing and psychology. And you probably are not aware that you're into that, but because you have these placements, you are into that. And it looks like you're not fearing this intensity that's coming up. And you are here to fire people up. So go ahead and be passionate and be the leader that you are. Sagittarius, let me see what we have for you. We have the Page of Machetes. This is the start of a moving slow of curiosity and finding the truth and speaking the truth and having clarity. This is also the start of socializing and getting out there and being curious with some social circles. It's also starting being logical. This week, you also have the drive to be very passionate. This is very fast energy. At the same time, it's very passionate. It's very brave. It's very courageous. It's very creative. Also is very into spirituality, but in a very motivational sign, energy. So go ahead and use that. And lastly, we have for you guys a lack of energy. So at the same time that you're being very fast and you have this passion, and at the same time that you are seeking some knowledge, you have this energy of feeling like you don't have the resources. Okay, what can you do with that lack of? It's because you lack the spark. So this week, you're going to feel like you're starting something. And at the same time, you're lacking the drive. You're lacking the motivation. So you feel lack. It's a lot of lack. Also, it's probably a missed opportunity on an inspiration, on an inspirational idea. And you just want to keep doing the research, you guys. Keep doing the research. Keep listening. Keep communicating. This is the night of machetes and having some passion with that, okay? Focus on that this week. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Capricorns, we have the Lover's card, okay? The Lover's card is all about communicating and being in aligned with someone who has the same values with you. Also, it's a Gemini energy, so socializing, speaking, being mutable, being adaptable, putting your hands in multiple things. Oh, we have another air sign, which is Aquarius. This is an Aquarius card. This represents the star card in Aquarius. And Gemini is all about socializing. Communication is big for you this week, okay? So go ahead and communicate. Go ahead and think of long-term as far as your hopes and dreams. Yeah, communication across the board. Intellect, researching, reading. That is the focus for you guys this week. I'll see you next time. Bye. Aquarius. We have the Empress in reverse. So usually this is a time, let's take a spa day. Let's really tap into our feminine energy. No, this is about you being more masculine. This usually is about Venus, and Venus is all about the spa, okay? Also fertility, but now this is not the time for that. This is a time to step into your masculine energy and focus on your drive. We have the Devil card. The Devil card also could represent Capricorn energy, which is also about inspiration and thinking long term. And so this is, to me, is something of that. This is not that negative. This is actually someone who needs to think about more about their career, more about their passions, not someone who needs to sit back and lay low and enjoy the comforts of the spa. Do not do that this week. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Pisces. We have the High Priestess in reverse. You guys are not living in your light. You're not thinking about your spiritual wisdom. You're not thinking about your emotional intelligence. You're all out of whack. Okay, that Mars retrograding in Cancer could be causing some problems for you as well. We have the Justice card. You're not being fair. You don't have a harmonious balance. You need to start with some passions. You need to start being courageous. You need to start thinking boldly. You need to start, or maybe there's a message coming your way about being bold and courageous, and you need to listen to it. That could be happening. Or maybe you're curious about some passions here, and you need to really focus on that curiosity, okay? Lastly, for my Pisces, you're going to have a lot of options as far as materialism, a lot of choices. There's cloudiness with that. There's delulu with that. Do not pay attention to that. Keep going. Stay focused on the one thing, and the one thing is what keeps you passionate, what keeps you motivated, okay? That is what I have for you guys in this reading. That's what I have for you guys this week. Sorry that I was sick. Sorry I had distractions. You may not have seen all the distractions and the technology glitches that are going on, but it is what it is. I will see you guys later on this week when I get better. I do still have to do Uranus in the sign Gemini, so look out for that next. I will see you next time. Bye.